Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello. Good morning, good
Hello.
afternoon.
Yes, I know. I always say that. Darn it.
It's a
I always.
sunny day with fluffy clouds here today.
Yeah, it was much more of a blue sky, beautiful morning, and now it's getting a little overcast here in
Uh-oh.
Southern California. So it's
It'll brighten up again in no
yeah,
time.
hopefully. And Tammy had popped in. First thing, she's probably already gone, but I want to say hello to Tammy. She
Hi,
can't be with
Tammy.
us today, but
Hopefully she'll
hello.
watch
We're
back.
missing you. Yes.
Yep.
So when you're watching the replay, just we're sending you good vibes
You're
and
with us. Yes.
yeah, lots of love. And Kathy, good morning, Kathy.
Kathy.
Hello.
And Nancy.
And
Hi.
Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Hope you're having a wonderful day. A blessed day. Yes, blessed week
Yes.
to everyone. Awesome. I'm
Yes.
excited.
Me too. I'm looking forward to this every week.
Me too. It's like that's like the highlight of my week is to be here with you crafting and everyone. And hi, Mandy. Hello.
Nancy, hello. Oh, sunny Florida. Yes.
Nice.
Sunshine State.
Yeah, I bet it's beautiful there.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. We're glad you're here.
Yes, yes.
So today we are doing, do we need to introduce ourselves? We don't, because everybody, this is like part two, right?
Yeah,
Hopefully,
yeah. Hopefully you know us.
yes, but
Yeah.
we'll do really quick.
Oh,
I'm Julie with
and
Decorative
now,
Vintage Company, and
yeah.
my beautiful co-host is
I'm
LeAnne
LeAnne,
with
Crafty
Crafty
Kitty
Kitty
Vintage.
Vintage.
And it looks like we do have a new friend. First time watching from
Oh,
Texas. Is it Eva? Nice to see you.
nice. Welcome, Eva. We're glad you're here. We love new
Okay.
friends.
Yes,
Welcome,
definitely.
welcome.
All about the new friends and the old friends.
Yes,
More the
yes.
merrier.
We have such a great group of people here. Just lots of people that enjoy crafting or just hanging out and chit chatting. We have all kinds, and we love our friends here.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Sure. Yeah.
Welcome. So today is part two. If you missed part one, I believe I put it in the description below, but both LeAnne and I have a playlist on our channel. So we are alternating between our channels, but we each have a playlist. So say your part one, which was on LeAnne's channel last week, you don't have to come over to my channel to do part two. You just find the playlist. You could just stay on LeAnne's channel. If you stumble upon us and you're here, you can just stay here. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible. But yes, next week we will be on LeAnne's for part three. And LeAnne has already put the thumbnail and the video up on her channel. So I think LeAnne will probably put it in the chat here. So you can click over and hit the notification bell for that. And then I think I might have even have put the link to next Wednesday in the description already below here. So just trying to make it very, very simple and easy. You don't have, you won't be lost. You can lots of ways to stay with the series and craft along.
That's right. Well, I think we put up the video or the link for next week. Let me just double check
Yeah, let
here.
me look too. I think you did. I think you
My
did.
my
Because I think,
assistant has been very busy this week, so I'm not sure if he got around to
oh,
doing
maybe
it.
not. But if not, it'll be up there. It'll be there soon, and then
Yes.
I'll link it below in. I will link it below. If it's not there, it's not a big deal. And LeAnne and I are really good about posting on Instagram, and I typically will do a post in the community tab the morning of an Instagram story. So we may kind of bombard you, but
Yes.
I know people are on different platforms and kind of hang out more on different platforms. So,
Right.
so no worries. And today, yes, today is part 2. So last week we basically took our books apart, and LeAnne showed us how to add a new spine, fabric covered spine. This was not mine from last week. Here's mine from last week because I messed up. I started working on the wrong book. So you can go back and watch part 1 and go through the tutorial on how to add your, create a new spine and add the fabric. And so that's what basically we're starting with today. Today we are picking out all the papers that will go into our journal and become signatures. So we're doing, last week we did a 2-inch spine, and 2-inch spines work really well with 3 signatures. And as we go through that, we'll explain that more. So LeAnne and I will both be creating 3 signatures today. And what else? Oh, I like that. Hi, Eva. I love that's commitment. Eva is under the dryer.
Yes.
And she's sticking with us. Yeah, even at the hairdresser. I love it.
Yeah, we're happy to have you as long as you can. And yeah, that's the beauty of YouTube. I was telling somebody else who wasn't able to be here, you can watch it back.
Yes.
Find it and watch it back.
Yes, that's the wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What else do we want to say? Maybe we should we go over, I was making little notes before we jumped on today. So some, and those that are junk journalers, type it in the chat too. These are just some of the things that I thought would work well for signature pages. So of course we will be adding in our little golden book pages that we took out last week. So those will be added back into our signatures, but you can use other books. Like you can take, I love taking apart like children's books and combining those into my little golden book. Scrapbook paper, sheet music, dictionary pages. Although dictionary pages are kind of thin. Right, LeAnne? Those are they're
kind of thin. I've tried incorporating them, and so far I like how it looks. It's not as functional as it is for looks. But
right.
It can be nice. It can be fun.
Doilies are great. I know LeAnne has used doilies. I haven't. I think I'm going to try today. I haven't added them into my other junk journals, but I think it would work well for the one today. I was thinking map pages would be kind of cool because those are fairly sturdy. What else? Magazine pages. Oh yes. Envelopes.
And then bags. You probably already said notebook paper.
I didn't in notebook paper because of course I'm not a huge I don't necessarily journal in my junk journals. I enjoy decorating, and I like putting pockets and kind of holding ephemera or cards I've received from people, just like mementos. That's how I like to use my junk journals. But a lot of people love to, journal in them and write. So yes, that's it. That's a huge thing. Our book, lined paper, graph paper.
Yeah, tuck those things in because then somebody who might receive the book could use it to actually write in. And sometimes I just like the line look. And then you can definitely decorate on top of it still, or fold it in and make a pocket, things like that.
Yeah,
yes, Kathy had a good idea too, backing the thinner paper with other papers. I've been doing that in my Alice journal with the thinner papers, maybe that have just a single decorated side. On the back side, I'm doing like decoupage, so napkins,
Ooh,
just to add some more color and design to it. So it's
ooh,
another
that's fun.
option.
I know. I mean, we've been on this napkin
Yes.
discussion lately, right
Yeah.
behind the scenes. Oh my God. Okay. I can't wait to see that. I use napkins in a smaller scale to make gift tags, but I'm excited to see what that looks like.
Yeah,
You know,
I can
decoupage
show.
a whole page.
Mhm.
What was the other thing? Coffee dyed and tea dyed,
Yes.
or
Avocado dyed. I have some of that
yes.
today.
Hmm.
Kind of fun.
Yeah. So that's a fun, or
Especially if you like that vintage grungy look.
yes, yes. Or if you didn't like that kind of vintage grungy look, you can, Kathy's like our resident, suggesting to all of us that we use the Easter egg dye. That would be fun.
Oh, yeah, I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, so you can, and I know like some of the teas, well, the avocado stain, it has kind of that pinky, or the
Hmm.
avocado has that
Yeah,
look
it,
to it.
mine is a little brownish pink. Some I've seen definitely a lot pinker than mine.
Yeah. I feel like I need to experiment a little. I feel like I have seen some tea dyed with maybe some of the botanical teas, or the fruity berry teas that
Uh
maybe
huh.
you can get kind of a pinky tinge with it too.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So lots of options. And I find too, for me, the jump off point is often the book,
Yeah.
right? Like this one is kind of, I guess, very straightforward, Two Little Gardeners. Well, I will be including a lot of, botanical and gardening theme things, and pages from whatever gardening books and stuff like that. So if you feel a little bit kind of stuck, or where do I get started, look at your book. It's sort of a cue, and also looking at maybe what the colors are in your pages,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right. That's where I'm
And
going with it.
and so that's a really good starting off point. A lot of the little golden books, they have, those bright kind of kitschy colors. And of course, this one, it's a little more kind of muted, maybe those 80s tones. And so that's a good thing to look at your pages, look at your book cover, and that can often inspire you if you're feeling a little bit stuck, I think.
Yes.
Oh, we have Angela. Hello. Working and stopping by. Hi, Angela.
Hello, Angela. Nice
And
to
we
see
have the
you.
crafty visage.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi, that's Dawn. Hello, Dawn.
Ron. Okay. I was going to need a little bit reminder, but
Yeah.
okay, good. I'm going to write that down.
I had Dawn in my mind yesterday because of that, all those little crafting hops, trying to think of somebody to tag next. And I have
Oh,
Dawn in mind for tagging. I hope that that'll be good and that maybe she wasn't already tagged. So,
nice.
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, what is that? What if you have tagged somebody multiple times? It's okay for
It's
them to do
probably, yeah,
multiple times,
yeah.
right?
It just means they're extra popular, I think.
Yeah. That's a good thing. That's a
Yeah, sure.
nice flattering thing.
Sure. It
All
doesn't
right.
mean you have to make 2 videos, I don't think. I think you just,
No, yeah, and
yeah.
you could even say I was tagged by these 2 individuals, but then you could go on and tag 2 people.
Sure.
Just
You
kidding.
tell 2 friends and you tell 2
Yes,
friends and so on and so
yes, keep it
a little
going.
commercial.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're here, Dawn.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we think? Should we let me get on our thing.
Yeah.
Should we
I'm
turn our
glad we decided to just do selecting pages and laying it out and not sewing them in too. I think that would be too much.
Yes.
So we're going to be sewing in the pages next week.
Hmm.
This week we're arranging them, selecting pages. I think that'll give us plenty to do.
Yeah, this is and this is something that was a little bit slower process for me when I first started. So it's that, that decision making.
Yes.
But as LeAnne said, this is really good to keep in mind, the way we will be sewing in our signatures next week, it's not permanent. You can take whatever thread or whatever you use to sew your signatures in. It's easy to, we're going to put a little bow, and it's easy to untie it and remove your pages. So nothing is permanent today. You may play with it over the course of the week, or even once you get them sewn in, you might say, not really feeling that page, or
I had something out of order.
Yes.
That I didn't realize was out of order. So
yeah, so nothing is permanent. Today's just a jumping off point to kind of see some of the things that we're including and get some ideas. And I would work on it over the course of the week, just kind of play with it, right, as you go.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to get in here really quick.
Oh, hi, animal lover number 1. Thanks for coming over. Nice to see you.
Welcome.
How's your day? Are you a crafty crafter?
Yes. Yeah, let us know. And if you're comfortable with sharing your first name too.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I like to watch it on my phone too. Okay. All right. So should we turn ourselves around?
Sure.
And then we can even go over even a better close-up of some of the things. Let me get my books out of the way here. I'm going to swing this around.
Oh my goodness. Federal Way. I'm so close. I'm just on the north side of Seattle. Nice to meet you, Chris.
Oh, awesome.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm up in Linwood. I bet you know where that is. Oh, I have some deciding to do. But I get so worked up about that. But then once I do it, and even I can always make changes. I think I was saying that to you. And like you said, with the untying it, but also even if it's in there and you don't want to untie it, there's things you can do to alter the pages.
Exactly. And I have found myself doing that, just like you said, with the decoupage, with the, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to I have my camera in a weird spot here. Sorry, everybody. Yeah. Let's see. I'm just going to do that. I don't want to make everybody dizzy.
All right, so I'm telling myself, don't worry about it. It's going to come together. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm trying to decide, since this is sort of a little characters, trying to decide if I want to put in my antique book pages. I love the look of the print. I'm still just not sure if I want to just save it for embellishing the pages or to actually use them. I think I'll probably save them.
Was that from the book that you showed in your haul yesterday?
No, this is an antique literature book that I had that was falling apart. So I did not feel bad about taking from that. But, and that's come in handy, definitely.
And I was playing around with this past week of making like envelopes with book pages and stuff too, right? So you can do very neutral pages like that.
Yeah, so you can make an envelope with it and then just tuck it in somewhere, or make a pocket with it. And that way you do get some of that print, but it doesn't have to be the entire page. It can just be one part of it. Yeah.
It adds really great print and dimension, and then you can go in and layer right? You can do fussy cuts or add other things to it to
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay, let me see here. What am I going to do? Look at this doily, LeAnne. Have you ever seen?
Oh, a printed doily like that. Neat.
Aren't they pretty? Oh my gosh. I'm going to see. I'll have to ask you maybe a suggestion. I would love to use this, but look, see the size is
I have the same
large.
dilemma with mine. I think I'll just, maybe Dawn has a suggestion for that too. Maybe just trim it. That's what I was thinking I would do. Yeah, Dawn said masterboard with the book pages. Yes, of course, that is a great idea.
The door there. My daughter just came in and
I need to do. Oh, hi.
She came in and then ran out, and then the door slammed behind her.
A whole. Oh yeah. I would like to have a whole session of just sitting down and working on masterboards. It's been a while since I've done that.
Yeah, that would make. So what I've done, and LeAnne and I actually have two different ways we'll be showing you. So my book, this particular one, The Two Little Gardeners, originally had two signatures. So it basically had two sections of internal book pages. And what I'm going to do is split them between the signatures. So basically, I just took the first two pages and I numbered them as number 1. Those will go in my signature number 1, and so on and so forth, if that makes sense. And then I took the next two and I numbered them number 2, and then the last two, and I numbered those number 3. Now, I'm just going to leave my pages as is. Basically, these first two, I'm going to leave them attached, but then it doesn't really keep your story in order. But I'm fine with that, with the way that I'll be using this journal. I'm kind of okay with that, and the way my story goes, I think it's okay. And then LeAnne has actually cut her pages and then attaching them together so that the story stays in order and the pages are sequential, right?
Right, and then I'm able to split them amongst the 3 signatures, because you see it, they start off with it being 2 signatures, and I want to split them up evenly. That's not something that you absolutely have to do. You can do it more like what Julie's doing, especially if it doesn't really have much of a story that you have to follow, or if you're just going to use it as a different kind of thing. It's totally personal preference.
Right. Yeah. And it's good to, sort of think about and do those. And probably too, because I'm lazy. I don't want to, I'm afraid it'll mess my brain up too.
It's a little bit simpler, especially if you're starting off. The first few I did not do what I'm doing right here, which is to trim them. And then, but if you're going to do it like I'm doing here, make sure, like Julie said, you're numbering your pages. You might want to do that anyway, but
yeah, I think it's good to number your pages.
Yeah, for sure, if you're doing it this way.
And then the other thing you'll find on some of your pages, so the books that are 2 books that we took apart last week, even though this is not my sample from last week, but a lot of them are attached with staples. That's very common. I will show you in my Richard Scarry book, which is the other one I've been doing and working out of, the signatures were sewn in, which was kind of interesting. So I do have some a lot of holes here where the threads were inside. So you can decide to go back, even if you're not separating or, you know, cutting and reassembling your pages like LeAnne, you can come into and if you feel like you want to fortify them with washi tape or strips of paper, you can come in. I've left mine as is with those thread lines, and it seems to have held up well, but of course I can come in after the fact. So that's another thing you might find if you're leaving your pages intact like I am. And the other thing that I think I am going to be doing 12, basically 12 double-sided pages. So like this would be what I consider a double-sided page. And I'm going to be doing a total of 12 of these in each signature. So because I have 2 of my little golden book pages, that means I need to come up with 10 miscellaneous pages or to make up the difference. And I just kind of came about that because of looking at my other journals. Once I start decorating them, you know, how much room I have to play with. And I think I did 11 in my bunny one, my Richard Scarry one, and I clearly have more, you know, room to play around with. So that's how I came about doing the 12 double-sided, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So basically what I've done is I've gone through books that I've had, other books that I have. I've gone through and ripped out or removed pages that I thought would work well for my theme. So for instance, I love this one. This is perfect. It says The Gardener. But this may actually make a really good journaling card. So I may end up, rather than folding this in half and putting it in the journal, I think I'll put this aside to use as a journal card. I'm going to stick it. And another thing that I found came in really handy was just to grab a folder or something where, as I'm sourcing from books or I'm, you know, pulling out pages, is just to keep a working folder. And I have one for each of my journals. And as I find things, I'll slip them in and then come back. Like this one, I've already pulled as I was digging through stuff. You know, I'm getting kind of ahead, but it's just great to, you know, as you come across things, or like maybe as, you know, you get stuff like junk mail or magazines that you're going through, just to kind of, you know, think through that process.
And it's going to save you time later when you go to put everything together. You will have already gathered your
and maybe you won't end up using those pages in that particular journal, but now you have it, right? That can be your little working.
Yeah, you can always pass on those
stash,
things, of course,
exactly.
as you come along. Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you. How are you doing?
Hi, Kathy. I hope you're having a good day. I loved your is it Tag Your Turn? I always want to say Tag Your It.
Yeah.
I loved your video yesterday.
Tag, comma, your turn.
Yeah, so cute. So one of the things that I have in my stash, I don't know if you can see it really well, and this has kind of been one of the go-tos in my journal. I have these really large size, kind of those kindergarten. We probably all practiced our penmanship and our letters on these really, I don't even know what size are these. They're 1 by, let's see, 14 by 8.5. So these are huge, but I happen to have these in my stash. I picked them up from a estate sale from a former teacher. So these have sort of become my go to. So I think I want to include one of these in each signature. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold. And what I have found too, and I don't know what LeAnne's process is, I've done it different ways, but what works well is I just kind of fold all my pages and then I go back and deal with the size, right? Because some of your pages may be larger than your book, some may be smaller. Oh, have fun and enjoy.
Okay, Kathy.
Parents are good.
Hope you have a good day.
Yeah, enjoy your time with the kids too, with the grandkids. That's precious.
Yeah, nice times.
All right, so I've just folded those. So I have 3. I'll set those aside. And another thing that I've had in my stash, I think it came from that same estate sale, is this really large graph paper. And again, it's probably something that was used in a classroom. And these are 11 by 15. So these are really huge. And what I like to do with these, because they're so big, is I've had a lot of success in actually folding them and making pockets. So if you have these pages that are really oversized and much larger than your front and back cover and your little golden book pages, is you can fold them. So you can fold them up to do a pocket on the bottom. You can fold them on the side and cut to come back in later and glue this and have like a side pocket.
Yeah.
I think for mine, I'm going to do a bottom pocket, I think, on one. And when I first started doing these, I got really hung up that everything had to be perfect until like everything had to be I had to measure and make the pages as uniform as I could if they were larger. And then I just freed myself and said they don't have to be exact because this is a junk journal. And I think it actually adds character to have things a little different, not have everything uniform. Yeah. And that gave myself permission to, okay, I can just do like a general measurement and get it close enough, but I'm not trying to be exacting. And that helped with the process of picking out my papers and doing signatures.
Yeah,
so
it makes it so much more fun rather than a tedious task.
Yeah. And so just because it works better for my brain, then, I mean, I can go and I can, measure and, say, measure my internal book pages and, okay, what is my height? What is my width? But sometimes I just come in and I just do a quickie. So I'm just going to lay this book over and I'm just going to get a general idea of where my fold's going to be. And I'm just going to mark it with my pencil. Like I've just made it very simple for myself.
Use your book pages to measure your other pages, even if you need to. Like you were saying, you don't always need to. Yeah, it is masking tape. Like Kathy said, just basic masking tape. I just like the look of it. You can also ink over it. It's really handy. And I was going to say something else too about the pages. Oh, generally, I don't know if you said this, Julie, 6 by 8 is what the usual, pages of the book as they come are.
Oh, okay.
When you take them apart, they become there's an extra 1/2 inch for the binding.
Okay.
But you, generally speaking, I'm thinking 6 inches. 6-inch pages is what I'm usually thinking of when I'm going this direction. It can be a little bit longer than 6, which is nice for using scrapbook paper, which is already 12 inches. So you just fold it over.
To get that, yeah, to get.
But you'll see in my Alice journal that I have already put pages into. Yeah, like you were saying, I have a different variety of, this is just an 8.5 by 11 paper. I don't worry about it being 1/2 inch shorter than the rest of my pages, because what I can do, if I wanted to extend the page, there's so many different ways to do that. For instance, here, and here's one of those thinner pages too. I took a longer piece of paper here and just backed it, glued it together. And that extended the page for me. Here is, gosh, I haven't worked too much in this yet. But I had another example. Here's one of those pages that I did the decoupage on the opposite side of a scrapbook piece of paper that was one-sided. So I did that.
Is that decoupage there with napkin?
Here's where I extended another.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the decoupage.
Oh, so pretty.
The napkin.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah. Back to this.
I almost picked up some. Oh, now I wish I would have. I almost picked up some of that that tape at Dollar Tree. The
masking tape.
Yeah, the masking tape. Now I wish I would.
You can use washi tape for this too.
But what a cool look.
Yeah, you can add a decorative element to it. In fact, I kind of wish I'd done that here, but that's okay. Didn't. So this one's my 3rd signature. And this is my 2nd one. Some people, when they make a junk journal, they'll put in all their pages and they'll come back with a big guillotine and cut the edges if they want them to be all flush. Another thing that I'm doing in my Alice journal is if I want to trim a page, I just tear it, just because I want more of a little more character, I guess. A little more distressed.
I think that's the beauty of this this craft. There are so many ways.
Yes.
And the more you do it, the more ideas that come to mind, the more ways you come up with, changing it up and testing and trying.
Yeah.
It's such a great craft to just kind of dig in and do it.
And play, yeah. Just play with it.
Yes.
And like we always say, we all have our own sets of materials that are not the same as each other, and to use what you have is great. If you want to pick up new things, that's great too. And then we all have our different styles of what we like to see.
Yeah, we all have different things. Yeah, what we as we find things and things we gravitate towards, and materials we find that are really fun to work with. And okay, so I have just kind of those big graph papers. So far I have 3 of those.
Well, this is interesting. I picked up this piece of paper, and when I fold it, it doesn't seem to line up. It's interesting.
I find that often, and I'm always thinking, oh, that's me. Like, what am I doing? It's hard.
Right.
It is hard sometimes to get the pages to line up. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to line up my corners, but I think maybe the pages aren't.
This page is just clearly not square on the edge, because I matched it up down here, and then it's not, but that's okay. I'm going to use it anyway. I like this green, and I chose this green because, well, there's the green here, and then this little mousie has a green sweater on with stripes, and he is found throughout the book.
Oh my gosh.
So I thought that would be a good idea to play that up. So I decided on green. Different shades of green are fine too. Decided to go in that direction.
Oh, Kathy, you're going to sew your book? Oh, that's going to be really cool.
Yes, that is a good point, Kathy. I'm glad you brought that up. Lots of junk journalers, book alterers like to sew their pages before they put them in. Just go around the edge, do all that kind of those elements, and then put them into their book.
Yeah, and LeAnne had kind of done a test too. There's a way where you can basically take like a piece of like elastic, right?
Yes.
LeAnne?
Yes.
Yeah, talk about that. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, so what I've seen done is like an elastic cord like this, something like this, and you just take it around and basically tie it. Or rubber bands. I've even seen people use rubber bands for this. Then you can slip your pages in like that, and you can arrange your book with that method, but then still be able to take pages out as you want to embellish them with sewing, for example, because obviously you need to take it out to put in your machine. So that is another option for you. What I was finding though, with the particularly vintage books, you need to be careful sliding them in and out if you do this method, because you might tear the edge. So, depending on how tight you get your.
Yeah. And sometimes I do, I have done journals where I've decorated the page and then I've put it together. And we just chose to do this so that we could take you through the steps to sew in your signatures and then decorate them.
Exactly.
Just for ease of doing the tutorial, but I've done it both ways.
Yeah, total personal preference, definitely. I like, so far, I like to do this where we put the pages in, and then I can come in. That way, it's all together already. I don't have to fiddle with taking out the page, then go, where does it go again? Where did it come from? When I put make the order. Of course, that can change. You can change your mind on the order of your pages, but
yes,
personally, I like to just have it all together. Plus, I'm just excited to get it, looking like something. So.
Oh, I hadn't thought about. So I've done a lot of reinforcing with the washi, but I haven't thought about the eyelets. How cool would that? That would be so cute. Oh, wow, Nancy. How sweet is that? Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's nice. It's a little pay it forward moment.
Yeah, I love the idea of using eyelets. I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll be able to do that in this one. So I'm just going through and generally making 3 piles. I have the graph paper. I've added that lined paper. I went through my song books and maybe picked out something that, and I'm making this gardening journal is a little bit, I'm making it to keep. It will be a personal journal. And I'm also making it as sort of a remembrance for my mom too. That was one of the things she loved to garden. She always had a beautiful, and my grandmother too, my mom. Both were known for their beautiful flower gardens and something they enjoy. So this particular journal is a little personal. So I've gone in and I've maybe, as I was flipping through my songbooks, like things that just caught my attention, maybe names of songs. And this one couldn't have been more perfect because my mom's name was Judy. So, and this was from a Judy Garland songbook, a really big it's a very cool songbook. So I'll probably go in and cover this page. But so I was like, oh, that's perfect. It can't be any more perfect. So I love incorporating sheet music. I think that has a really cool look. Was this one? I think this was just a general one.
Yeah, that's something I didn't pull aside yet, is some sheet music. I think I will grab some of that.
Yeah. In general, I love incorporating sheet music into my master boards. I craft with sheet music a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my go-tos. And then this page, I already shortened. I kind of got a little bit ahead of myself, but you can see this one, it was quite wide. And so what I did was I shortened this side so it matches my book pages. And then this side, I've folded it so that I'll end up with a side pocket or a side tuck here. So that's another thing.
Oh, yeah, a little tuck.
Yeah, as you're going through your pages. And I'm trying to use up my stash of like cardstock and scrapbook paper. And one of the things I found kind of in doing this is the scrapbook paper, if it was thinner, it was okay and easy to, create a pocket or a side pocket, depending on the side. But I was finding that with the thicker cardstock, it was really bulky if I was folding or creating a pocket out of the page itself. So I went back in and actually cut. I had originally folded it like I was going to make an internal pocket, and then I came back and cut it, and then I will just be using those pieces to, come back in and create a pocket or whatever as I go along. So I have that decorative, and I'm just doing a little bit of a formula. It kind of takes out the intimidation of it. So I've added to my 3 piles, I've added decorative paper, and now I'm going to come in and add some kind of office ledger kind of stuff that I have. I think I have too much here, so I'll just kind of pick what I have. Like that. Oh, wow. So Kathy's daughter had that experience too. Oh, that's sweet. It does, huh? It's very heartwarming to hear. Okay, let's see, what else do I have here? Seeing what I pulled out. So I have this really great children's dictionary. Let me see if I can find it. It's somewhere here. I got myself so organized and now I can't find things. Where is that? Is it here? Oh, it's this one. I like sharing the books that I come across. So this is Simon & Schuster's Illustrated Young Readers Dictionary. So this would be a good one to look for when you're out, or even see if you can find it on eBay or thrift books. But it has really great graph. In fact, I should have used this one because my mom had greenhouse. Well, I might use that. I might pull that one out. I don't know why I didn't. Oh, it's got a little kind of ooky. It's got some kind of ookiness here. I'll pull that out anyway. So this would be an example of something that is much smaller than the internal pages. And so you can leave it small. As LeAnne showed, you can come in and add a strip down the side if you want it to be a little bit wider. But I think it's kind of fun to pull in some of these kind of interesting pages. So I'll add one of those to each of my piles. I like this one. It had garlic, parsley, mint, and thyme on it. And this one has a butterfly. I picked that one too because that's significant to my mom and I. What else do I have here? And some of the other things I pulled out, which I haven't used before, are pages from calendars are great. Really great graphics. So I found this one. My mom loved purple flowers. She loved all flowers, but she loved purple in particular. So I was happy to find that.
I guess I'll show you this. I had a couple of these little magazines that I picked up that were written on from the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And I grabbed this one because of the little creatures. I thought that would go really well with the little creatures in there.
Oh, that's so cute.
But not all the graphics, deal with that.
Oh.
Like the cover. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. And also, I kind of have, I don't know, I go back and forth about whether or not I like putting things in this way as opposed to this way.
Yeah, let me see what I did in this one, because I did include a lot of kind of other book pages. So I did do that where I folded them, so I would, let's see what the other side of this is.
I love this happy little guy here.
Mm-hmm.
He's my favorite. Yeah, Dawn, I love the illustrations, and the Richard Scarry books are my favorite.
My favorite. You cannot go wrong. Yeah, so this particular one, so I have, here's the one half. And I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I will end up doing something with this or just leaving this page as is. And then here's the other half.
Okay.
So I actually cut it. Yeah, I cut it. And then.
Can you hold it up a little? I'm sorry. I have my screen very small, so that's my problem. But.
Yeah, so I just took like one page, and so it's actually going the opposite direction. Yeah. So that's kind of my one, and it's a shorter page. So I guess I could actually come in and maybe do like a side pocket or a tuck or something.
Yeah, you absolutely could. Yeah.
And then that's the other half of it. And I found I like those kind of shorter pages too, that even just add interest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You could fussy cut that cover, would be really cute.
Hi, Kat. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because I don't have to.
Hi, Kat. How are you? I hope you're good.
How's your day?
Yeah.
I love the back of this magazine. It has an ad for encyclopedias. And they're really guilting you as if you're a good mother, you'll buy these encyclopedias. It's so funny.
How many of us had like those whole sets of encyclopedias in our house?
It says, the adult who succeeds was the child who tried.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and I'm dating myself because, I was in school before the internet, and that I mean, that was the first thing you went to, right?
Oh,
When you
yeah, me
when
too.
you had to write a paper in your class, was you'd go to your shelf of encyclopedias.
Me too. Our next door neighbors had 4 kids. They would always be borrowing our
Oh,
encyclopedias.
really? They would come
Yeah.
over. I
Yeah,
love
and
that.
I'd be looking for something, and if we didn't have it on the shelf, it was probably next door. You know, they'd borrowed it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see.
How cute this one is. So this is a book page I found, and so I actually decided I will put it sideways. Although this is so cute now that I'm looking at it. How cute is that?
Yeah, that's the hard part for me is deciding, okay, do I want to use it here or do I want to
I
save it for
know.
something else?
Actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think I won't do that. I think I will. I think I'll make a journaling card or something on a pocket. I'm gonna. This is going in my. So this is gonna go in my folder. I've changed my mind.
This is so cute. This little bee with looks like you have glasses and a hat on.
Oh my gosh,
That's
that's
so
so
sweet.
cute.
Love it.
Oh, so Kathy said so they bought their encyclopedias at the grocery store, 1 book a week for 99 cents.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Remember when you used to be able to get like pots and pans and things?
Yeah,
Like that,
I do
right?
remember some of that. Yeah. I picked up a book yesterday that I just remembered I was going to show you, Julie. This
Oh, that's a good
color
one.
picture dictionary. So this has some good little images for different projects.
Oh my gosh. And I like those are good too. You can make tags and pockets because of
Tags.
the strips. Oh
Yeah.
my, there was like a patriotic, like 4th of July thing back there.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, this was funny to me. This little
Oh my
witch
god.
mask on.
That's so funny. I would totally use that witch for like a little Halloween cute thing.
Yeah. Because I thought, well, maybe I can use it in this journal, take the page and just use the page. But I think I like the idea of cutting them out and using them for tags instead. And I can still put some in this journal, but
Yeah, and you'll get much more mileage out of it.
yeah. Here's something where I took
I like that.
I had some lace placemats, paper placemats,
Mm-hmm.
disposable, and I coffee dyed them and I glued them to the back of a vintage lined paper. And it just so
Oh,
happens that this is sort of the right height for, I mean, it does stick out a little bit, but I don't mind having that little scallop edge stick out. So I'm going to do that.
what a great idea. Don't you find too, I find with the doilies, there's something about that when you glue them onto like another piece of paper, they're almost fabric like. It's hard to describe. They just have a really cool texture. I like that. I like that texture it creates.
Yeah. And when you coffee dye things, it does add a little bit of strength to it. It seems like a little thickness that it doesn't have by itself.
Ooh, those are beautiful. I do have some of the placemat size. I might play around with that since we'll have, we're not sewing anything in today. I might play around with that this week. Let's see. What is my count? 1, 2.
Now see how different we work. I not even counting. But I guess at some point you want to. What I do kind of what I am kind of a stickler for is the having one of each kind of page in each signature, and you definitely don't have to do that. Just whatever works for you.
Yeah, and I'm actually doing that today because I think that kind of takes the pressure or the
Mm-hmm.
the decision making. So yeah, I'm actually doing that. I'm trying to be a little same in that.
Let's see.
Let me see I think I need one more of these. The other thing I pulled out were just some pages out of a gardening book that was my mom's. So I think I need to do one. I need to find one more if I'm sticking with that formula of pulling. I think I'm shy one. Yeah, exact. Let's see. What now? The thing is to figure out what book that came from.
Oh, Kathy's been putting fabric in. Oh, that's great.
Ooh.
That's fun. This paper I want to use, but it does feel a little bit like it might crack at the folds. I might reinforce it before I, and let's see. Yeah, I just feel like it's going to tear out.
Yeah, and some paper gets very cracky, like the cardstock. It has a tendency to crack, and then it doesn't feel like it'll withstand.
Right. Yeah, because once you embellish your page and maybe put a pocket on or other things, it might get a little weighty. But it all depends on how much you doctor up your pages. And even after they're put in, I've reinforced pages with washi.
Yes, and it's super easy to do after the effect.
Yes. In fact, I'm just going to wait and not worry about that right now.
So have you just been adding like whole pages of fabric, Kathy? Like you'll just make a page and that it, you know what I mean? Like even fold it in half, or are you decoupaging it to paper? I'll be interested to know.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay, so there's my other page. And I find it, if I have sort of a, where I ripped a page out, kind of have that jagged edge. Of course, it's interesting. You can just keep that jagged edge, but I have a very small paper cutter, so I find it easier to fold it and then come back in and trim it.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so for this particular one, because my other ones are cut, I'm just going to lay my book page on there and then just kind of do a general paper line. Okay, so Kathy said some are fussy cut pieces. Okay. Ooh, I haven't ventured or thought about doing that. That's a very cool idea.
So is anybody out there crafting along with us today?
Oh,
Curious to know. I know there's probably a lot of other things you could be working on too along with us, even if you're not making a journal.
Kat is packing orders and
yeah. I have most of mine done for the week. I have a few more to go.
Oh, good, Mandy, you're crafting along with us. Good.
Oh, good.
Are you doing a little golden book journal or a different craft? And you're organizing. I'm forever organizing. I feel like multiple times a week I'm organizing.
Oh, yeah.
One of the books I have, and I have it in my pile to put into a haul, but I've been taking pages out of it. It'll probably still go in a haul, but it's this, it's kind of like a metal, I don't even know what it is. Some kind of steel property building stuff.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
So I pulled out a couple pages of that, and just to make it easy, I took it apart, and so I'm using the two both halves, like both sides. But this one, so I'm going to come back in and add some washi tape because it's a little thin, and I have quite a bit of holes here from the staples. 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, this had 5 staples in it, or maybe it was bound, maybe it was sewn in. But so I'll give that some reinforcement.
Nice.
And then I have these kind of, I think these came from my mom and stepdad too, because my stepdad had his own business for a number of years. So that's kind of fun to put one of those in. So these
Gosh, if you had a farmer's almanac, that would be fun for the gardening journal.
Oh, it would be. I do have a farmer's almanac. Oh, wait, no, that's a Sears. I think I might have a farmer's almanac somewhere. Let's see. I haven't dug into it yet.
Looks like Mandy's working on a Beauty and the Beast journal. That's cool.
Oh, nice.
Favorite stories.
I love Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, I do have, I don't know, is this I guess it's a reproduction. How do we tell?
Ooh, I don't know.
It's not one that I've dug into. Even if it is, it's very old and brittle.
It's nice, Dawn, that you're getting organized when you're crafting and you just want to grab something. If everything's nice and organized, you can find it.
Yeah. But I mean, I did all that work to get it that way, but I'm still like.
Then there's that, right.
And I tried to do like, okay, all my birds and botanicals are in one spot. My general stuff's in, but clearly I'm still struggling.
Yeah, that happens. Especially if we're working on multiple projects.
Mm-hmm. Don, let's see. Sorting sentiments in an accordion file. Oh, that's fun. That makes it much easier. Let's see. I think I am going to fold these. So here are some book pages that I sourced out of a large children's book that I have. Oh, and I picked them because I love this grasshopper and this bird here. And even though they're amazing, I think I am going to fold this and use it inside. And probably what I will do is maybe end up covering some of this, although I don't know, they're super cute, but it doesn't, the bears don't necessarily go with what I'm doing. I think I have enough of those. I'll add, and I'll probably have to count again.
Not counting.
Yeah, look how cute this one. Well, the dragon doesn't go either, but.
Oh, that looks familiar.
I think it's one that I hauled one time, like a fairy tale book.
Is it the famous Japanese? Yeah, I think I have that from my childhood.
Oh, is it? Let's see. It's this one. Let me see.
Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, it is. It's this one. It's
yes, I have that one. Yes. I cannot bear to do anything with it just because it was my book when I was a kid, but
yeah,
it's a great book.
This is it, oh, I wish my daughter was here. Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know how, it's GYO.
I don't know how to
I'm
pronounce
not
it.
going to. And then Fujikawa is the
Fujikawa.
last name. Gyo, probably Gyo, maybe.
Yeah.
Gyo. My husband's half Japanese. My mother-in-law
Yes.
was Japanese. So this is a 1982 printing, copyright 1970. In fact, I took out, I don't know, I feel like it may become a journal, but I have been gathering supplies to do. There was a story in here that is one of my daughter's favorites, and actually my mother-in-law had given her, I think, a whole book of that story, a Japanese book, and I think it maybe had the excerpt in here. So I've already taken out those pages, so that's kind of a work towards, but it's beautiful.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, see, and this one wasn't in great shape, so I kind of felt
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be better about that. Look at this.
Give yourself permission. It's all good. Oh, the little mousy.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yes. I love
Those are
it.
so good. And if you're doing a journal that's just for yourself, it's your personal journal, you're not selling it, it is okay to photocopy, right? It's not leaving your hands. That is,
Sure.
to me, that's okay. That's okay to do. It's a personal journal. It's for your own enjoyment. And if you have a book that you love, it's okay to do that. You can't make something. You can't photocopy something that's less than 100 years old and then
sell.
sell that thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I heard. So far, I haven't sold anything. So
yeah. Yes, as long as you remember where you put your accordion file, you will be
nor
good.
have I copied anything. Yes, exactly. Dawn, you're so funny. Dawn is really fun to watch. If you haven't checked Dawn's channel out, please do. She does
I
some crafty
haven't yet,
lives,
Dawn. Oh wait, let me make
the crafty visage.
yeah, let me make you blue. I try to go through and do that. Let me make you blue and then put the link to your channel in, Dawn. And I think I am subscribed. But yeah, please do put in so everybody can follow. And anybody else too that has a channel, just get my attention and I'll make you blue, because I love giving everybody the opportunity to share their YouTube channels.
Support our crafty community out
Exactly.
there, our vintage community too.
Yeah. And Mandy, is it a hot mess because you're just trying to decide? Are you having a hard time deciding the pages or just the cutting, the organizing?
And feel free, this, I want to kind of feel like we're all here doing it together. And I used to be in a craft club way back in the day, and it was fun to get together and share ideas. So that's kind of what we're doing here virtually with you. If you have things, I know your hands are probably busy like mine, but type it in the chat if you need a little feedback or something.
Yeah, if you're stuck, if you need some advice, if you just want to share, like, oh my gosh, I did this and it's so cool.
Yeah, because I don't know it all and I want to learn. So
yeah, I definitely don't know it all.
I want to put these fun gold envelopes in. They are too tall. I thought, well, I can cut off the top and the bottom and then tape it on the bottom and make like a pocket. Trying to decide what I want to do here, because these are fun. You can put them in your signatures, like that.
Right.
And then you can either glue this down, you can glue it down part way, and this is a pocket here. You can add another piece of paper to this and make another page. And you don't have to decide that right away. Just kind of throw this in. But I'm just trying to decide about cutting it. I think I will just cut off the top.
I think so. You can just cut it and then come in and glue it later, right?
Yeah.
When you get to the decorating.
Yes. So it's
and Mandy says, let me just say I should have numbered my pages.
Yes. Did we not say that? I don't. We probably
Mhm.
didn't emphasize that enough. But yeah,
No, and I didn't even,
numbers.
we touched on that a little bit, but I haven't really followed my, I mean, I
Right.
numbered like my top, but I didn't go through my little piles to
Yeah.
do. So,
Well, all is not lost. It might just take you a little minute to get them in order, and then go ahead and number them in case they get
right.
rearranged again.
And we're not sewing in today, so you have all week to kind of like you can read through and say, okay, does this make sense? You can Google
Right.
it.
Right.
All right, I think I'm gonna do some envelopes too. Let me see what I have. I'm trying to decide. My neighbor, my friend had given me, she's doing they're kind of cleaning out another home that they have where her parents were living, and she gave me a bunch of vintage, what do we call this? Stationery paper.
Oh yes, I love using that. Yeah.
So I might, even though it's, I mean, it's small, that's the one thing, right? Like I can add to it, but it's kind of cute.
Yes. I have a lot of these little black envelopes that I've picked up. They make great little pockets that you can put on your page, but you can also do like what I'm doing here with the gold envelopes. Do this kind of thing. Either, attach this, glue this down, glue it here, and make this a little pocket. Attach a whole nother page to this if you want. So many ideas. But I love adding a touch of black. It kind of makes things pop a little bit.
Oh, I like that. I find I don't do black enough, but then when I use black in a project, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah.
So graphic and cool looking.
It is. Yes. Oh, I think I know what I'm going to do with my doilies. I think I'll put it against this white page. And then I'll probably end up gluing it down once it's all together. Yes, that'll be nice.
So are you going to cut your doily? Or are you just going to put it in big and then
I think I'm
decide?
going to trim the top and bottom.
You are, okay.
Yeah. And if I could fold it up, but I don't like necessarily like the look of that back side. I wanted to add again the green and more pop of color there.
So are you going to cover, maybe I'll do like you did with the other one. Maybe this one I'll cover it. I'll put do that decoupage thing you did on the back.
You could. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ahead and sew it, put it in now, and then I'll decoupage or glue it to I think that's my plan.
And then deal with it after.
Yeah, either way, I'm sure will work. Yeah, I just grabbed these the other day.
7, 8, 9. Okay, I think I might end up with more than 12 things.
More pages. Hi, Caroline. I just saw you come in. Hi, how are you? Sorry, didn't get to watch much of your show.
Oh, I didn't see either. Hi, how are you?
Busy getting my things together here.
We're glad you're here.
Yes.
Okay, that's that. I don't think those will work. I'm getting through my little pile I had here, so that's good. All right, so these these are the design pages. I'm going to reinforce those with some washi tape. Whoever this book belonged to, they even have some, maybe I should keep that in. They have like pencil marks. They were really using it. It was a working book, but I think I'll erase those a little bit.
I wish I had a third green one. I do not have a third green one, so I'm going to... What am I gonna do here?
We're glad you did too. We are glad you caught us.
Yes, welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good day. I love how Mandy said, let me just say I should have numbered my pages. That's cracking me up. We've all been there.
Yes, we've all done it, but the good thing is that's super easy to fix.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm so glad we decided to split the putting our signatures together, split it off from sewing in, because then that would have been, I mean, I couldn't have done it. That would have been a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Clearly I'm being very much kind of slow and
We want to enjoy the process.
exactly. And even though we keep saying, oh, it's nothing's permanent, you can go back and you can change it, but
Yeah. We'll take the pressure off ourselves a little bit.
How cute is that? I like the floral with the very industrial. It's very
I love that. Yeah. That's a good look.
One more.
Oh, I folded it the wrong way. This way.
Kathy, I wish you would come on sometime, and just even if you're just a voice,
Yes.
so we can see all the marvelous things that you're working on.
I agree. Split it.
Kathy is so creative and just so
Wealth of knowledge.
so much knowledge.
Yeah. We're lucky to have her around. I was very grateful that she hangs out with us.
Very grateful. She's a good friend and she's funny.
Very witty.
I love
witty
humor, Kathy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keeps us on our toes too, you know?
Yes, she does.
When we take ourselves too seriously sometimes.
Yeah.
Me.
Okay, let's see what I have. One there. I don't have, I am going to, I need to do some coffee or tea staining because I bought some paper from somebody and I've really worked through my stash. I'm almost hesitant to put this in, but I think I will put it in.
Well, let me send you some. I have a package, so I'm getting ready for you. I'm going to send you some of mine because I have more than I need now with the caveat that you understand that it's not perfect.
No, I don't. Yeah. I just,
I
would treasure it. I maybe wouldn't want to craft with it.
Oh, yes, you will.
Let me see. I'm going to see if I have. Well, maybe I'll do that later. I think I'll add a couple doilies in. Oh, I do have these. I can do. But I love that idea of backing them.
Yes, that's good. or as you know, some of mine are just kind of rough anyway, so I'm just going to use them. And if they're not perfect, that is okay. It's a junk journal. So I went ahead and I trimmed off the top and bottom of mine, and I think it's just fine.
Oh, it looks good.
Yeah. And I just tore it. You can trim it with a trimmer if you want. Now here I am. I was tossing these away, but I should probably save the little offcuts for embellishing.
Yeah, that's what I do. I have my scrappy thing here, so I stick stuff
Yeah.
like that in there.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
That's my motto too, Kathy.
Yes, girl.
There's a lot to be said for that. That is yeah. See, I knew why I loved you. Yeah.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I generally have my oh wait, maybe I do. Wait, maybe I want to put I'm gonna put some envelopes in. So let me take that back. Let's see. Look at this one. How cute is that? I think this was in that stuff from my friend. So I'm gonna grab a couple envelopes real quick, and then I will start to look at my size. I think I'm going over. I might use one of these too, because I haven't done a lot of envelopes and bags, but I might stick one of these glycine bags in one of my.
I have some glassine envelopes or vellum. I don't know if they're technically vellum or not.
Ooh, those are cool.
Debating about that because I could put them in this way, and we have a pocket over here or a little tuck spot.
Ooh, those are cool.
So, yeah.
Okay, what am I at? 1, 2.
End up being a little thick, but let's see. That might be okay.
9, 10, 11. Ooh, this is going to be a thickie. 11. Well, not too bad. I think I'll be at 13. I think, but then maybe 14 because I'll add. Ooh.
Well, maybe 14.
This will be good. This will be like a good test.
I think
because I'll do the doilies. Okay.
So this is the middle one, right? No, this is the back one.
Okay, so I'm going to do this. So I have my 3 piles. So I'm generally at the stage where I'm just going to, before I put them in order, I'm just going to check my size. So clearly I'm good with that. That's a good size. This one I had prepped a little bit before, and it's just coffee stained paper, and I had to cut it down in order, because it was just like what do I say, copy paper, 8.5 by 11. So I cut it into smaller pieces, and I just joined it in the middle to make 2 sizes. Clearly that one's okay. Let's work with the ones that are okay. That one is good. That one is clearly good. We are good. I think this one I cut down. I got a little bit carried away and excited and ahead of myself on some of it. The sheet music was good.
Oh yeah, I was going to add some music. I'll grab that.
Oh yeah, the music pages. So now I have this particular page, which is the book page. So this is the rough edge. And I want to save, this is really the part that I like the best. So I'm going to try to save as much as that. So I'm just going to do a really quick measure again. I'm not going for perfect. And then I'll slice off that other side. And if you don't have a paper trimmer, you can certainly use a ruler, make a line, use scissors. You could use one of the, razor cutters and use the side of your ruler as a straight edge. So I think this is a very pretty, I think it's a very accessible craft to get into as you kind of build up your supplies, but you don't have to feel like you have to run out and get a paper trimmer and those things.
Yeah.
You could even do like a rip, or you could fold it like that back and forth, where the back, if you fold things back and forth opposite way, you
Oh,
can
right.
get
Make a
really cool
crease
rip.
and then.
Like a crease, and get a really cool rip that way too. So these are the large size graph pages, and these I folded to get that inner lower tuck spot or pocket at the bottom, but they're too wide. And I also could have, because they're wide, I could have done like a side pocket too, but I think I'll just cut these off. Actually, I can cut them there. Cut them at that. It's nice with the line paper, the graph paper, because you can kind of get a
Yes.
a line. I'm actually going to cut out a little bit more.
Gotta use this one.
Okay. And what am I going to do with this one? And this one's a little bit tall and a little bit wide.
Some of these lyrics on this old sheet music might not be PC. I was watching some old, some junk journalers do some books, and they were recommending that if you were going to sell something, that you be careful with the dictionary pages that you choose and words, that you don't accidentally put in something that potentially could be offensive. Now that can go on forever, but but to just be aware.
Yeah, that is a good thing to be aware. I've done that too when I pulled out things and and even just something that's just like a general, just a strange word that is like complete opposite of
might be distracting from the
what I'm creating. And I actually had some, I think I actually bought them from a YouTube person, but I had bought, and I bought them because the page, they were so brown. They were like, and I hadn't read them. I wasn't really sure, kind of what they were about, but they were like romance novels, but
yes,
kind of thing. And the paper was, actually almost brittle, but really brown, like a cocoa brown sort of. And I thought, oh, those are really cool. Those would be fun. And I put them in the donation pile because I'm like, oh, I can't ever use these. When I started flipping through and reading them, I just thought, okay, when would I really use reuse these. So the paper's really yummy and fun to look at, but yeah, they went into the donation pile.
Yeah. This is clearly, I don't know, early 20th century sometime, and a little different.
Well, I ended up covering a lot of the, as I was working in this other book, I think a lot of the music pages I ended up putting things on.
Yes, cover it up.
Right.
Right, that's a good option.
Well, and I guess like this one that's that when you're smiling. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, the whole world smiles with you. And this one, the other side got almost completely covered up.
Oh, hi, Terry. Hi.
Hi, Terry. How are you?
Yes, you've got to get to those appointments.
Mm-hmm. Well, in this too, this part two is something that you can start working on and kind of play with as the week goes on. So it's not super crucial. It's about finding what pages you want, and you have the whole week to kind of play with the order. And I probably will be pulling some pages out and maybe putting some others in, and because we are sewing them in next week, so you have plenty of time.
Yep.
To play. Okay, so I think I am pretty good. All right, so I think I have my piles pretty set. So I'm just going to grab my first, my number one little stack of book pages. And again, I didn't take mine apart and put them in chronological order.
Hi, Amy. Welcome.
Hi, Amy. How are you? We're glad you're here. And I haven't necessarily done that in other books, but I do like opening it up. And I don't think I did that in this other one. Oh, I guess I did do it. I like opening and seeing that front cover page. So I'll do the same.
Yes.
I'll do the same with that one. And just kind of play around with what looks interesting. Maybe, I think this one this one's easy to know that this is one because it's the cover, and that's two, but I'll just put a little pencil mark there, page 2, and just play around and get an order that seems kind of interesting.
Ooh.
And like this is interesting. So the back of this scrapbook paper, the front is printed and the back is blank. So I most definitely will be either covering this with something or putting, I'll have a lot of embellishment on this page. So I'm picking a book page that I may end up not doing a lot of. So just kind of alternating something that's plain or with then the next thing something that maybe is a little more graphic.
Right. And I'm thinking of using some vellum because I like to have different textures. What do I want to do here? I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do here, but I have this writing on my page,
Mm-hmm.
and of course it's right over the credits, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what I want to do there to change that.
You could do, yeah, you could do a number of things. You could do like a little fussy cut. You could put like a cool label. You could do like a little, like, what do we call these? Like the word is escaping me.
Oh, a hidden paper clip?
No,
Oh.
like a little,
Cluster.
yeah, like a little cluster. You could put like a
Yeah,
little cluster on there would be
neat.
cute with some different elements.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've been into clusters lately, but yeah, you could do like a little.
Yeah. Just something to make it look a little more finished, not
Mm-hmm.
accidental. 1, 2,
I don't want that.
1, 2, 3.
All right, so I put my other page in. There.
I don't know if I'm going to use this one.
Oh, I forgot about my envelope.
Caroline likes the cluster idea, likes to make clusters.
Mm-hmm. Clusters are fun. There's a, I feel like I've had a little bit of a learning curve with the clusters of like layering them a certain way. And I haven't done a lot of them in the past, so it's been kind of fun figuring out what works.
Mm-hmm.
And mixing like paper in with the material, with the laces. And
Mm-hmm.
it's been fun. Okay, so I have my first one put together. And the thing that I've noticed too is the second, because I haven't cut mine or, tape them together, I've noticed in my journals that this second page tends to be wider, so it sticks out further, but I've been okay with that, and I've just left it. I haven't come in and modified that in any way.
Yeah. Yeah, I found that as I've done more here and there, I will try to use the shorter pages towards the inside and the longer pages towards the outside as much as I can. I just kind of make that adjustment, but yeah, again, it's okay to have different edges. You can, decide later, you can come along and kind of trim them.
Mm-hmm.
If you decide that you don't like that look, or like we were saying, fold in or add to the shorter pages. Yeah, so many options.
Yeah, and I noticed in my book, it just is the little golden book pages that ended up doing.
Yeah. So when I cut them apart and re-sectioned them back together, I trimmed off. I cut it at the spot where the staples are, so that brings it in for me.
Yeah.
when it comes to the edge. So that's one benefit of doing that. I have other journals where I haven't done that, and it's okay to still have that out. And here's where I like to kind of test and see, you know, how thick is my journal with all the pages that I've chosen so far. And then, you know, you can choose to add more. And as we know, as we embellish, the pages are going to be thicker and over time as we work in it. Or you could do like with Kathy Wiseman, what does with hers. She works on the pages before she sews them in. So then you know how thick it's going to be.
Yeah, I like that. I like that that way of doing in some instances.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Amy. Look how quick LeAnne is too. LeAnne already has all 3 of hers together. It must be tough. I'm talking too much.
I don't know why, but yeah. I just discovered though, I usually do like to put, I don't know why I'm that way. I like to put a paper on the outside of my signatures, because while it's nice to have this complete spread in between, in some cases, like here, you know, and off screen, I'm sorry. I sometimes like to split it up even more, if that makes sense. Like evenly disperse.
Oh, yes.
The
I get what you're
story
saying.
pages. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's why I'll sometimes put another paper here, or 2 or 3 on the outside of the signature.
I'm trying to see how mine. Well, the bunny one I only had. How did that end up?
But you can drive yourself crazy with that too.
I just had, let's see, one. I guess I ended up with 2 pages. Yeah. So see, I didn't have that. Mine ended up being, because I put, oh yeah, because I put that page first in both in both instances.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It all works. It all works. However, whatever your preference is what we are going for.
Yeah. But it does make it like I won't decorate these pages. They'll just be that. But it is, I think, would be interesting to have, as you went from signature to signature, pages that you will decorate. So yeah, that's a very good point and something to think about.
And not so much in children's books, but in other books, there's often that I don't know what they call it, the cover page, or there's a few pages before the story, actually before the title page. There's like there might be a blank page, or I forget what they call that. There's a word for it.
Yeah, what is that? I don't know.
What is that word? I don't know.
Kathy.
Yeah, what's the word, Kathy?
Help, Kathy. Help us. Oh, wait, I didn't measure these yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. Not all my pages are the right size.
So my dad is having another round of, it's called Kaiser Home Health, where they send out, occupational therapists, physical therapists, speech therapy. He did it a couple times last year. They're doing it again, just kind of to assess where he is. They often do it after you're hospitalized.
Yes, always. Yeah.
But in this case, it's not that. It's just following the progression of his Parkinson's. And getting him a new walker and things like that. But the phone calls.
Setting up the appointment.
The constant phone calls. Yeah, it's just, I have a really hard time with that.
Yeah. So even though he's at assisted living, you still have to coordinate that, or can't they just do?
Yeah, the assisted living caregivers don't manage his stuff. for him. I mean, he can answer the phone now, not super consistently because he can't get to it fast enough sometimes. But yeah, they call me because I'm POA and I'm the only person, especially when he goes through these times when he's not communicating very well.
Right.
I'm basically his voice, but and I, if things were perfect, I would have more patience and I would have all of me to give to that project. But it's honestly, it's a lot. It's a lot for me to kind of have my own life and then have that to manage.
So have you, so like with my mother-in-law, when we were doing her full-time, care ourselves as a family. So certainly when they would, come to her condo or come to our house, I was arranging it. But then once, because she was hospitalized many, many times while living assisted living and memory care, but then I didn't coordinate. I just they just did it at the assisted living, like it just happened. They would just come, they would just show up and do, if they needed to do physical therapy or do with the nursing, check her blood pressure, all that stuff. I just let it be. So they would do it in what worked for their schedule. And because, right, my mother-in-law, she was up every morning and getting dressed and having her meals. So
having a schedule,
it
right?
just happened. Yeah. Like I did it, and she had Kaiser too. I just let it be. And then they worked it out with the staff and the nurses on staff. And I don't know.
Well, for some reason, they call me, and and it's probably because they can't always reach Dad on the phone, just to find out, is this a good day for me to show up? I'm going to come on Tuesday at 1:30. This happened yesterday.
Yeah.
The guy called me because Dad wasn't there, but it turned out he was there. He just didn't hear him knock on the door. Because we just walk in. We knock and walk in. Because if we knock and stand there, it's going to be a while, or he might not even hear it at all. He might be asleep. He might, but then he sometimes will, like, I don't want to go on. I don't want to go on.
No, but so that, I wonder if the difference, and I guess I never inserted myself in it when she was there. I guess I just always figured, well, they'll come for the initial visit, and the Kaiser Home Healthcare, they'll talk to the front desk, and they just kind of come when it works for them. But also my mother-in-law, unless she was with us for the day, which was not necessarily always frequent because it got harder and harder for her to be here. They would just I would just be like, well, just go whenever it works for you, because she's ready anytime as long as it's not mealtime, right?
Right. And as long as it's not mealtime or shower time, or if he's at an activity, or so there's a lot of different, and I think I just need to, like, it's just unfortunate when I see them calling. I think, oh my God, do I need to go do something? It's just the same thing. Oh, it's my own anxiety, I think.
Yeah. And I wonder if you can just say to the Kaiser team and say to the in-house team, can you just coordinate this? Because they know they may even know your dad's daily everything better than you do. And just see it, like, just now that you're kind of starting the process, right? See if you can just hand it over.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Just say, inserting myself probably likely complicates things, because then it's just one more person to communicate and having to make a phone call. let's try this. Let's see if it's easier for you to coordinate, because they know what your dad is doing, right? Or if there's activities.
I guess, yeah. It's sometimes I just it's because he's been so resistant to having care in the first place.
Yes. Yeah.
It's taken a long time. I mean, he's been there 3 years now. It's taken them a long time to get to know him.
Okay.
And there's so much turnover that somebody new comes in. They don't know his routine. They don't know what he prefers. He has to relearn them. They have to relearn him. It's just not as perfect as we'd like it to be, even though he has care, and we pay, thousands of dollars a month for care. It's not what he needs when he needs it. And he's very up and down and variable too. So that makes
right.
tricky. But anyway,
so you almost have to feel out his day too. So when they call, then do you call assisted living and say, what is my dad doing today? What is his schedule? Or
I have in the past, I kind of know, and I have their printout that has their activity list. I'm just gonna not answer when they call, and if they need something from me, like a signature or decision or something, then they can leave a message.
Yeah.
So I'm just
no, I think that's good. Yeah, because they may just start figuring it out.
Yeah, they'll just figure it out. But it's just this time there's physical therapy, there's occupational therapy, there's speech therapy. It's like
it's a lot.
I'll probably get phone calls about the referral for the walker, how they are with their system, referral for this. I had too much coffee.
Yeah, no, it is a lot. It's a full-time job. Coordinating everything, medication, care, and when that stuff starts to happen, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Oh well.
But yeah, just maybe just take the opportunity to kind of test it a little and see what happens.
You'd think after so many years I'd figure this out, but it just, and Julie, like their needs change and their cognition changes, and just like from day to day, you just never know what you're gonna entail. All right, let me have some water. And hey, Debs, how are you?
Hi. Yes, slowly but surely. LeAnne is definitely ahead of myself. She has her 3 signatures together, but I'm
still working on it.
I'm gonna throw mine in here and see if I can progress.
I need to just be brave and put in my kid pages, my book pages.
Yeah, just go for it. Unless there's something super wonderful, like that that you regret, or you just like, I love it. Just go for it. I say go for it.
Okay.
And I'm a firm believer, if you use it, like more things will come to you. Like more books will keep coming to you. More sources of crafty materials.
That's a good point.
Yeah. The more you use it, it increases. My 1, my 2. All right. And then I'm going to deal with my doilies as the week goes on.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you do with your doilies.
I know. Oh this one I love. I have more. Maybe I don't know if I'll do one of the floral in each section, but I'm in love with these.
Yeah. Those are great. Yeah, I don't think I have any printed ones.
Well, I'll have to make that happen. I have a ton of them. You will be getting some.
Oh, that's cool. I want to do it that way.
All right, here, let me cut this really quick. Let's see, let me catch up. Oh, nice, Debs. Awesome. So are you working on a junk journal or a little golden book? And then what title? It's been fun to hear what books people are working with.
No, that's not in his language, Kathy. Now, my late husband was a whole different story with that, but we're all different there. And I'm sorry, everybody, that I started talking about that. I got the phone call. My phone was buzzing, and it was just on my mind.
It's good. These are all things that many of us have gone through or will go through one day, and it's I always think it's good to talk about things. You never know when something you hear, you don't know who's going to hear it or how, that it will be helpful to somebody, and it's never good to just keep thoughts and things inside, I don't think.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. And that wasn't something that my mother-in-law expressed at all to us either, but she was always very clear for many, many years that she was good, right? Like she lived a very long life and had a good life and lots of blessings, and she was just ready anytime.
Yeah.
And she did not have an understanding at all of kind of what was happening. And we just as a family, we just were always like, you're so good. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Thanks, Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly, Terry. And crafting is one of those things, I think, that for me, that is very therapeutic. So I think sometimes when we're doing these things, a lot of us craft because it's our happy place and it's good therapy. We get much more than just even the crafting out of it. It's so hugely beneficial. So it does make sense that, these things come up and we're all friends and it's a good place to talk about it.
Yeah. Some days are better than others when it comes to dealing with things. What do I want? What do I want?
Oh, sorry. I keep going off camera. I'm like, okay, maybe I should.
Oh, yeah. That's tricky.
I have a tendency to do that.
Okay, Kathy. Yeah, it's easy to do. There's not a lot of space in the camera view.
I know. Again, what was the last Thursday? I'm like, my thing I struggle with is I need to move from this end of the table
Oh,
and
yeah.
move to the larger side. But again, I didn't do it this past week. I'm still sitting on the tiny little end of my dining room table. I just can't. I just can't seem to do it.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I think we have the thumbnail up now. I'm going to check for the.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I don't think the description's in it yet, but I will.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's just there, and I'll add it in too. I'll add it into the description of this video too, so it'll be there. Everybody, we're easy to find.
That's right.
Can find this.
Copy. I really liked your Give a Scrap video.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I loved that project. I like how it turned out. It just kind of evolved. I was like, okay, I have to make something with toilet paper rolls, and then it just kind of went from there.
Yeah, I need to make mine. It's on my list.
I'm excited to see. Do you already have like a little bit
I
of
have my
idea?
project. Yeah, I just need to do the video.
Yeah.
Gathering my materials.
And that's one of the things I'm working on this year because, people go back and look. I do a lot of live content, and I'm really very, very comfortable with doing live content, but not recording videos and the editing process and all that doesn't, it's not second nature for me. So that was one of the things.
Right.
Being able to come back to YouTube was okay. I need to tackle that and figure that out. And I mean, if I can just slice off 2 seconds at the front and 2 seconds at the back, that's just where I'm at.
Yeah.
I can't do anything beyond that. But so yeah, that's been quite a learning curve. So the fact that I've done 2 recorded craft videos is that's saying a lot. Yeah.
That's great.
But it was relatively painless. I might have had to record some things multiple times, but
well, I do very, very, very minimal editing.
yes.
So in my videos, it is what it is.
Yeah, I literally cut off the few seconds before I start talking, and then the little bit at the end where you see my hand, or whatever. That's it. I would like to get where I can. I mean, I watch some people's videos, and I would like to get to that point and hear it sometime where I can, do a bit more than that. But like anything, it is an interesting thing because it's still, I think it's creative, right? It still kind of comes into that creative, the creativity thing. Like LeAnne and I have talked about Canva, right? Using those kinds of things actually can be fun once you figure it out. You just have to do it. You just have to, you just have to just make yourself do it.
Yeah, decide I'm going to learn this. Instead of saying I don't know how to do this, so just I'm going to learn it. It's doable.
Oh, thanks, Terry. Yeah, it was fun. That was my first time participating in a hop, and it was just fun. And it was so inspiring just seeing. And there weren't, I think I heard a few people say, oh, I was going to, that's what I was going to work with, or the wrap. And I maybe heard that a few times, but really it was so awesome to see all the creativity. And, even if somebody did, well, we were all supposed to, upcycle and use scraps in general, but just the diversity and, the creativity, it was really cool.
Well, I found myself when I heard somebody say, "Oh, I was going to do something," somebody else did it. I thought, "Well,
Mhm.
just do it. You're going to have a different take on it. Just do it."
Exactly.
Like,
Your thing,
we're
yes.
not inventing these things necessarily.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, but they felt like they needed to do something different, and that's fine.
Yes, yeah, you could have the same pile of supplies and
Yeah.
no two things. Everybody will have a completely different take, different vibe, different feel. It would look completely different. And I kind of was like, oh, if I was a little bit because I had it prepped like even before people started posting videos, I kind of already knew and I'd been working on a little bit.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh no, if somebody does the toilet paper roll,
Yeah.
um,
I have a
then
backup.
I need to come up with something different. And I had that same thought. No,
Yeah.
it won't look the same as mine. It'll be totally different. And that's the fun of it. Yeah.
Right.
So I just like posted it. I posted it, ahead of time and I'm like, it is what it is.
Yeah. Here's my entry. Yep.
Um Oh, that's fun. Oh, are you going to do a video of it? I would love to see. So Dawn's decorating the box for her stamped words. So cool.
Trying to.
Let me see. I have to catch up. Hard to choose. Yeah. Oh, and then Debs, you'll be working with some Christmas ones next. I find a lot of Little Golden Book Christmas books often at the thrift stores for some reason. I seem to find them often. I think probably because they're popular, right? Like stocking stuffer and like children's Christmas gifts, maybe. Right, Terry? So much. Yeah.
Oh, was somebody asking who was hosting, and they were trying to come up with the
Oh, the
name?
host was
Angela.
Yeah, Angela, the traveling crafter, hosted this hop. I know a lot of people. I think that was a common favorite. Was the one with the fabric scraps? Yeah, it was beautiful.
Oh yeah, those were. She was very prolific. The word, she got a lot done in that.
Yeah.
Or she showed what she did. She didn't do it all in the
Mhm.
video. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Oh, is that Treasure Books?
I've watched Treasure Books. She uses a lot of found materials. She does.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do watch her.
I think I have enough pages.
Oh, I know a long time ago Katie was doing like woodworking and like pens and stuff like that. What is she doing creative wise these days, Kathy?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I remember in the old days when we all kind of found each other in the vintage community. I had talked to her and she was doing some like making like handmade like pins, like how you would turn wood
Wow.
with machinery and stuff, because we had talked about that a bit with the metalworking I was doing. So many creatives in our community. And I think it kind of feels common to, I don't know, some yeah, it just seems like even the kind of our little side YouTube family with the vintage community, a lot of people are very crafty and creative from that group.
Yes, true. Very.
Mhm.
I think it maybe goes hand in hand a little bit.
Yeah, I think too, like when you're in, collect things and decorating with vintage, I don't know, that's quite a creative thing to me too.
Yeah.
Curating things, that's a very creative endeavor.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So I think I'm definitely going to be playing probably with the order of my
Yes.
mine this week, for sure. I'll go back and kind of give it a look and play around. Of course, if you're not chit chatting and you're just, you're just kind of sitting, the process goes much quicker. But we're all enjoying each other's company, so it took a little bit longer. But yeah, I will continue to play with it. I will. I definitely want to play, and I love LeAnne's idea of backing these with some sort of paper. So I'll play with that and have that to report back on next week as well. Oh, camera work. Okay. Oh, so she's doing photography. Okay, maybe I do know that.
Oh, wow.
Maybe I do know that. Oh, that would be really cool. That's something I love taking photos, like product photos, and I love that type of photography, but beyond that, I'm not super knowledgeable.
I am not either.
Yes, it's all about the journey through the journal. That is for sure. Hi, Apple.
That's right, Dawn.
Are you
Hey,
having a good day?
how is your Wednesday?
Yeah. How is your Wednesday? What are you up to? We're glad you're here.
Well, how are you feeling about what you have there, Julie?
I feel good.
Good.
I feel good that I generally have everything is it's pretty cut to size. I just want to look at my order, and order is more, I have stripe page next to something that's
Right.
decorative, and just kind of working on that layout a little bit more, make sure maybe if I'm putting an envelope that I like where that's placed, and then of course I need to figure out where these will go, but I'm happy. Are you happy with your?
Yeah, I think so. I was trying to add that extra page on the outside, then I decided with my fabric here, it was just a little too neutral and
Okay.
basic looking. So then I thought, well, maybe I'll try some primary colors. I'm not sure I like that they're short, but again, can change that later. I just like using the scrapbook pages because they are a little bit, they're 12 by 12 instead of 13.
The size is
11 and
good,
10.
and
Yeah, exactly the size. But I think it's good. I think I have, how many pages did I decide with?
I was just going to ask, what you did. And then did you say you had vellum? You have sheets of vellum?
Yeah. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So with the story pages, each signature has 14.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried playing with the vellum. I wasn't sure I liked it. This is so thick. This one's a really thick.
Oh, yeah. It is kind of cool though, like if you put that as your lead page, because you can kind of see through it.
Right.
But again, it's smaller, right?
Yeah.
So you'd have to,
Or I've done this in other journals too. I'll just do that.
Yeah,
And
that
then
looks
here I add, something to this.
cool.
Maybe I'll do that. I think I'll probably do that.
I like the way that looks.
Me too.
Good. Apple says she is having her day's not bad. That's good.
Kathy. Are you
Carolyn
making a
loves
mess
the
again?
vellum. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We love that you were here. Oh, always. It's good to make messes, though. Messes are good. That means you're having fun if you're making a mess, I think. Deb says, I just want to thank you both for doing this series. I've been wanting to start for the longest time. I love this craft and it helps me to have some friends to craft with. We're
Aw,
happy too.
that's great.
Yeah.
We're
We're
here
glad
for
you-
ourselves, but we're here for you too. We're really
Yeah.
happy that that's, why we wanted to do this.
Yeah, it's an excuse.
Yeah.
As if we need an excuse. It's an excuse to be creative. It's an excuse to hang out with each other, and the fact that we get to be here with all of you
That's
makes
right.
it extra special.
That's right.
Yeah. I think we're good. I think we're good in so next week, supply wise, if you look down in the description of this video, we have a look forward. I think so. I did it so long ago. We have a look forward of what supplies you'll need for heck, let me look, even though I'm saying that. I'm pretty sure I did. I tend to work ahead. Let's see. Oh yeah, I did. So down below in the description here is a look ahead of what supplies you'll need for next week, and that supply list will be included in LeAnne's thumbnail for next week as well. And
Yes.
hopefully that's working. We love feedback too if that's working for everybody to kind of think ahead of what you need to gather for next week. So check that out. And next week we will be sewing in our signatures. So you have a whole week to kind of get those where you like them, and we'll be sewing them in. And sewing is fun. That's like one of my favorite things.
Yes, it is.
I love sewing in the signatures. And again, know that nothing is permanent. The way that we do them, they are tied internally. You could do it externally or internally with a little bow. And so it's super easy. You can take it apart at any time and redo it. So nothing's permanent.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I've heard it referred to as a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Someone, if you already are familiar with that and you wanted to do 5 holes instead, you can. We're going to show the 3-hole. And so you'll need like Julie mentioned, there's a supply list, but a larger needle, probably larger than this one, but, and then some sort of stringing material. Like I always use embroidery floss. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I do use beeswax, but that's optional for coating my string. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the supplies will be very accessible. Maybe the only thing, if you wanted to, if you didn't have a kind of a wide or a big-eyed needle, but hopefully or borrow from a neighbor, or maybe you just even have a family member, somebody you can borrow one from too. That's always a possibility. A lot of it, this was something that was in my mom's sewing thing, so it wasn't, I was lucky. I just dug through her stuff and there it was. So that's probably I think maybe the only thing you may have to invest in or hunt one down to borrow.
Yeah. Little binder clips can be helpful in holding your signatures together. These are, what do people call these? Gator clips sometimes? I don't know. I know them as binder clips.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can even use like little, clothespins or regular, clothespins.
I was going to mention with the needles, I've seen people use upholstery needles too, or darning needles even, that are a little bit curved at the end, just slightly.
Oh yes, I have seen people, and I think this one came from a pack that was like upholstery or rug sewing or something, and I think there was a one that had a bend to it. Yeah,
it's just your personal preference there. Yeah.
Oh, good, Terry. I'm glad it's good to know it's helpful. Good. That is great feedback.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Should we turn our cameras around
Yeah, let's
and
do
do a
that.
little?
Little face to face.
Mhm.
I'm glad you all could join us today. And if you're watching the replay, hopefully you're enjoying. You can always speed it up too if you
Yes. We have a lot
don't
of
need
chit
to see
chat.
everything. Yes.
Yes, and if you're watching the replay, you have a question, you can certainly leave it in the comments section. We're monitoring that. We can answer questions that way. You can find us on Instagram as well. You can message us there, or you can leave a question on any posts that we've made for the series. So you can find us.
Yes.
All right. All right.
Dawn,
Okay.
thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, LeAnne. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next Wednesday on LeAnne's channel.
Yes. Yes. Until then, have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.